The mere thought of an unconscious manifestation carried out with the beat. Positive charged protons creating neural explosions. Time hiccups when fingers and pads touch. Dead air smiles because it knows what's coming. The countenance of the clock claps hands. The choreography of the knot slaps jams. And you be like, who made this? Vertebrae responding to the call so bad to make a B-girl curve the wall.
Hi. BLAHZi there?
Well, I
Hello?
can see you, obviously. Wait. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. There we go.
What's the... Is that me? I hope.
I don't think so.
Ooh. Eh.
Okay. Hello?
Like, load it. Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm good.
Right. We had some technical difficulties coming in, but I'm Chef Canieka. I'm here on the vineyard, and we are with the official BLAHZi.
Yeah. I'm BLAHZi. Y'all can't see me right now because I'm having technical difficulties, but we about to get through this.
Today we're going to be working on French onion soup. We're a little late, so we're going to be go ahead and chopping everything up.
That sounds like a plan. At least I chopped it up, and probably that's what I'm about to do right now.
So right now, what I'm doing is I've taken, for French onion soup, it's such a traditional soup, and it's built on a foundation of flavor. And when I was talking with BLAHZi, I was like, look, I really want to do something that like builds up on flavor so that when you do the music, you know, you do the same thing. So we like to take the outer edge of the onion, the skins of the onion, and I like to roast those off. So that's what we're going to do now with some thyme, put some bay leaf in there. And I like to just use everything whole. So even the garlic skin, we're going to crush that and then put that in just whole. And then roast this off till it gets nice and dark.
That sounds like it's going to be good.
So, BLAHZi, tell me some things you do to like lay a foundation before you get started, or even when you get started.
I like to start with a sample, and that's actually what I'm gonna be using today. Is one of my samples from one of my sample packs. And I'm about to slice it up or play with the pitch so I can find a melody and start from there. Because sometimes just coming up with like a melody from scratch can be like, I don't know, it's more stressful than fun. So I like to try to start with that. Se uma coisa funcionasse, cara, não sei o que tá dando hoje. Let's stretch this up. I use like kind of like how you use measurements and stuff to get your recipe right. That's basically what we do, at least with the tempo, when you go to like change the pitch of stuff or like the frequency of stuff to get different sounds so that it'll go with it.
Right. I just want to reach out to the people coming in live. Thank you. I got my mom in here. Thanks, mommy. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, snap. I can see I'm not the only one over here having technical difficulties.
I keep dropping myself on my head.
It happens. You see me, right? No, you
Hey,
don't.
Aunt
So.
Latasha. Wait, no. I can't. Oh, hey, Aunt Lashana and Uncle Tony. Got some fam in here. I heard somebody named Mark Z. How you doing? All right, so what I'm working on now is we're gonna start the sweating of the onions, and we're gonna try to do this a professional show. So we got it going in the back already, but today we're gonna be using a yellow onion and a pink onion, which a lot of people don't know that this holds a lot of flavor, but it's a kind of a combination of a shallot, a red onion, and a yellow onion, and it doesn't have such a potent, strong flavor like a white onion, but it has this very nice mellow flavor for the soup we're doing today. So, what I like to do is to follow the lines of the onion. Just when you're cutting so many onions, and I have like a whole bunch cut already, but when you're cutting so many, it's traditional that you want to usually leave the head on,
But
like so. It'd probably be better if I showed you. So what usually causes us to cry when we peel onions is the head of the top of the onion is what holds all the juices together. It's holding the whole onion together. And we're going to use this for our stock. So peel the outside usually, and then we like to keep this whole, so that way it doesn't make you cry. But you want to follow the lines all the way through, so that way it's keeping all your onions together. And then you go to chop the top off. However, I just cut 100 onions, so we're not going to do it that way. We're going to take the whole onion, both top and bottom off. Again, follow the lines all the way through. So while this is going,
do you hear that feedback by any chance?
I do hear the feedback.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from, to be honest.
I can't hear you, BLAHZi.
Can you hear me or no?
It's kind of hard to.
I feel you.
Kind of hard to hear you.
Kind of like it's kind of hard to see me.
I'm also not seeing you as well.
Yeah, no. That's a given. This is crazy. I have another. I'm gonna have a solution. I'm gonna try to bring up right now. While trying to find a melody too to go along and make a beat along while you make something to eat.
You said what?
I said I'm gonna try to find another solution by using another phone and seeing what's up with that, and try to get it in and try to get the video in while making a melody to make a beat to accompany your French onion soup.
And
Was that?
causing a fight.
Oh, I was like, I thought, girl, I didn't know what I thought that was. And then.
All right.
I can hear you a lot better now. I missed whatever else was going on.
Let's see now.
Okay, so let me try that. Let's see what's up. You know what's kind of crazy? I don't know. Can you hear me? Because I honestly, now I can't hear you. But,
You can hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you now. But,
yeah, it's causing an echo. So I'm gonna make the food. Hopefully everybody following along can,
Yo, we tech savvy over here, though. We tech savvy, though. I'm gonna try to get in on the other phone while I'm, multitasking to make it, to try to get on there. I wore this cute little outfit and everything. Like, I'm, like, so bummed that, like, nobody could see me. Some old school right here. Sounding joint right here. What was this? Chi-Town? The original Chi-Town. Yeah. So I used this is like the original sample I used.
So I got a question about the recipe.
Yeah.
So says, oh hey Kevin. Um, so it says, tell us more about the recipe. So French onion soup to me is like one of those homey soups. It's so traditional. It's actually one of the staple soups of it's actually the staple soup of France. They still use it to this day. And there's a traditional bowl that is used. Try to research like why this specific bowl, and mostly because it allows for the high temperature that once you get everything into the soup container, the bowl, it allows for the temperature to absorb and to create this crust on top, which you'll see when we get to that point. All right, so right now we're sweating these onions down. I have my stock in the back going. You always want to start a stock. So what I did was take a vegetable stock, and I just fortified it that with the roasted onion skins to make it more of an onion stock, and to give it a lot more flavor. I'm sorry, guys. Camera setup is horrible. So again, I like to use everything whole because I like the flavor profile that it brings when you use like the whole thyme spring, the whole sage spring. Oh God, am I out?
That looks really good though.
How you doing on the music over there? I can't really hear.
Yeah, no, honestly, I've gotten like what do you call it? I've gotten the chopped melody, and now I'm trying to find the second part of the melody to go along with it, and then just to add some drums to the hook, and then break it down to make it into the verse. So I'm like, honestly, because I'm just going with the flow. I have to find the right notes and stuff, which takes like a
Yeah.
few minutes. But once you find the arrangement, you're ready to go. All that is where you want to know your shortcuts. Knowing your shortcuts is kind of like having your stock ready, you know what I'm saying? Knowing your shortcuts on whatever it is that you make music on. Like that's kind of like having your ingredients prepped. Like you just go and just put the ingredients together and make it, you know what I mean?
So here is. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you, but after we do our onion skins, you get this nice, like, kind of caramelized and this roasted onion skins and the thyme springs and everything. And then we're gonna put that into our stock. So I'm just gonna grab this out the way. And then, of course, through television, we have color will look after you have roasted those skins and just fortified that stock. And fortifying means to just basically deepen the flavor of the stock, like to deepen, you know, what is already the base. And mine, I want it to be onions. When you really taste everything together, you want it to be onions. So we're gonna go ahead and strain this out.
Right. I'm gonna try to get on a whole other different joint. Watch it work too. I feel like this is like compared to our like conversations. Like I feel like this is like weird because we normally get to see each other. Well, join stream. Try to join in on it. Let's see how this works out. Wow, let's see. Yeah, let's do light. Let's go light today.
All right, so this is our finished stock. And as you can see, it's so, oh my gosh, the flavor, everything is just going to be amazing once we throw all of that together.
Yo, can you see me?
I cannot. I also don't think you can see. Oh yeah, I can see you.
Bro, what I tell you? I told you this.
Finally, halfway through.
Honestly, luckily I can make a beat and I am about to tell everybody how long. Yeah, nah. Hold on. Now let me switch this whole situation up because now I gotta put this other phone on the side. Bro, coming in last minute. Like, wait.
All right. So we are going to bring the onions back that we sauteed earlier. Turn this on and don't. I'm not gonna cause a fire anymore.
Okay.
My family that's on would know me.
Be staying out in the city,
always
brother.
being the one to do this in the house.
They be bumping their music like the music. Oh, y'all can see me.
You know, I just like to, you know, in a professional kitchen, we have really industrial fans. So I don't usually have to worry about that part.
There we go. Damn, bro. See, I thought I was gonna not like you, like y'all
like
wasn't
to go
gonna.
low and slow, but you know, you want somewhere with good insulation too. That's why. So right now I'm adding salt, pepper, and I'm just gonna add a little bit olive oil, some more olive oil before I hit it with wine. And today we are using McBride. This is a black-owned vineyard, and they have a beautiful collection of wine, but I love their Chardonnays, especially for this soup. If you have not heard of them, please go check them out. They are known for their Black Girl Magic.
That sounds.
So we're gonna pour
Good.
some in here, and just kind
That
of
looks good.
deglaze the bottom of the pan. We're gonna pour a little back here. Maybe a lot. And then we're gonna say cheers in my vineyard cup. I live on Martha's Vineyard, and like to. It's a nice place to drink and chill. Do you drink BLAHZi?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, from time to time, yeah. But it's gotta be with the right food. Like, I don't just drink wine, like, to get drunk. It's, like, more of a taste, because it's, like, heaven when you pair, like, good food and good wine together. So, like, you gotta go to a place where they know what they're doing, you know?
I really have to say that the aromas coming from this is just amazing. So
Man, I wish I could
getting
smell
like
that close.
this really potent onion smell, but then the wine is just like bringing all the flavors of the thyme and the sage and bay leaf and everything together. The black pepper, the salt. It smells amazing. Like I could just eat this. I could just eat this part. All right, so after this is done, all right, just try to also. I'm gonna add a little bit of the stock in here. I'm just gonna let it go. Just kind of absorb all together. And I'm gonna add the rest of the stock in our big pot back here.
I could hear other, like, notes. Yeah, for sure. I would call this French onion soup, boy.
Okay, sorry everybody, gotta keep going in. Yes, cheers to this duo, yes. We got some technical difficulties, but we're trying to kill it here. We both love what we do.
Right? Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Was no way that this wasn't gonna happen. You feel me? Like, I don't know.
So the other thing we do in the kitchen, so like when I cook for my clients, I kind of every part of the meal just to kind of know where we're going with everything. And just to make sure, so when I went to culinary school, I went to the Culinary School of America, and the first thing they tell you is we season every part of the meal. And we season, we taste, we season, we taste, we season, we taste. So it's very vital. A lot of people don't taste to the end, but you definitely want to taste it like while you're going. So that's what we're gonna do now. Just to make sure we put it in the bowl and it doesn't taste like just a bland onion soup.
You doing a taste test?
That's awesome. That is amazing. And I hear that beat rocking in the back.
Oh yeah, all I need is the 808s and then the whatnots.
Oh, snap. Not the 808 stuff.
And the whatchamacallits.
And the whatchamacallit. I need that beat when you finish. My brother said I need that beat when you finish.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up. That's why I said I was really hoping that this beat would have turned out decent, because I was gonna put it on the up in the store regardless, you know.
It's that French onion soup beat right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. French onion soup for the title.
I don't know if y'all can see this. Amazing. So the one thing to show you guys that you can't see over there on the stove, but what I'm doing is, and forgive me, but it's losing me. But sometimes what happens when you boil directly, you ruin the flavor. So behind me, I have the pot halfway off of where the burner is, and it's causing a rolling boil. So what happens is, if I turn this up, hopefully it works on here, but it'll boil here. As you can see, it's starting to boil there, and it's gonna roll in and kind of roll this whole thing so that it's slowly kind of turning for you. So when you're cooking, if you just move, so say this was the whole thing, if you move it a little bit off the eye, it'll cause like a rolling boil. And that'll create like a stirring method for you. Of course, you have to still come in and just kind of make sure it's not sticking on this side.
I didn't know that at all, bro. So you can't really make soup fast, right? Like
You said what?
Soup, you can't make it fast, right?
You can't what?
Like to have a good soup, like a really good soup where you get all the flavors from every ingredient, you can't just whip it up in like a few minutes, you know, right? Or no?
Definitely not. Like you definitely want, so we simmer, we never boil. You simmer, you never want your soup to boil like it's boiling now. So now you're watching it, right? You're gonna bring it down. Also, I don't want to cause a fire again. Or the fire alarm will go off. But definitely you want to make sure it's low and slow. The stock behind me has been going for about 4 hours now. And not half of the time I like to sit it in cold water and let the onions kind of pull the onion flavor out, and then I start the actual stock going. What I'm going to do, so everybody ignore this, but this is the traditional French onion soup bowl. And as you can see, sorry, this one broke just before we started filming, but it has this handle so you can pull it out of the oven easily. But it also is ceramic on the bottom so that it can absorb the heat, allow the soup to cook while it's in the oven. And then we're gonna put it on broil with the cheese and everything on top.
That sounds good. I know they say less is more, but
You said what?
basically I break it down. Everything that I take like from the hook, I break it down to the verses. So I need some layers when I'm making something, you know?
You said what?
It's like, why you have so many sounds? Like, well, the most of the sounds is just for the hook because it's the, you know, the main joint. And so you want to put some accent sounds too, like, you know, like, because.
Oh yes. I'm making sure I heard you say. You said accent sounds that you're
Yeah, like a sound, like, or even too, like if it's like a reverse effect, anything, like something light in the background. Sometimes they'll give sound effects or life to a song, you know, because most of the times a good song really does paint a picture and tell a story, you know, like.
Yeah.
You have to be able to like play off of that. And also too, you want to add as much as you can, and then whatever doesn't fit, or you're like, oh, this sounds like too much, you know, shave it off. But don't be scared to put sounds inside of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially like I use the same, like, this method that I'm doing, like it's like the best method that you could do, especially if you're a producer that like I don't know, if you get bored easy.
Sometimes. Sometimes if it's not, you know, because I know I've listened to your music and I'm like, it's definitely different levels of it, and it feels like, you know, you definitely try to add a different vibe and not just the same 16 bars every time. Like, you definitely want to allow people to feel a different vibration as the song builds, and that's exactly how I like to do when I cook. Like, you know, I want you to taste all the flavors every bite, and maybe even a new experience every bite.
Because it is an experience, a good bite of food, boy, I tell you.
So what I'm doing now is making the crostinis for the top. I also have two tops, which is an easier way of just kind of getting that finished product. And we're just gonna sprinkle some herbs, spices on the top. So a little black pepper, some sage. Oregano. Garlic. And just a tad bit of salt because you know, bread. We like our stuff seasoned. We're gonna broil that, and as that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and ladle our soup into the container. All right, so I got a question of which soup will I be using on the top? I mean, which cheese will I be using on the top? So I have two cheeses that I'll be using. So I have sharp cheddar and a Gruyere, which is the traditional topping for it. And when you get to ladling the soup, you definitely want, I don't know about you, but the part of French onion soup that I like is the onion part. So put the onions in first. You can choose to put the herb sprigs in there, or you could choose not to. But I would say like halfway. I'm also going to do a bowl as well. So if I was plating this fine dining, I'm going to do both platings for you guys. So the traditional one, and I'm going to do just like if I was to do it fine dining or the promo picture that we did. And you also definitely want to make sure your onions are cooked. Hi, my baby girl. How are you? Havana, I see you on here.
Right now, I'm just setting up the verses personally, right here. Getting the verse ready.
All right, we're gonna go to the back here.
Which is just basically a breakdown of the hook, so you don't mess up the flow.
All right. Maybe a little bit more.
Okay, so the verse sounds kind of empty by itself with just taking it out, and I don't want to repeat the same thing, so I'm just gonna add like some lower octaves of the same sound that's going on with the chopped melody. Because basically, the sound that y'all hear the violins on, that's a chopped melody from a whole different other sample.
Okay.
The sample sounds like this originally. Oh wait, hold that thought. It's up here. I could have just plugged this in and played it, you know what I mean? But like, I like to complicate things. So those violin sounds that you hear in the beat that I made, or that I'm currently making right now, is from that specific sample, but just like little slices of sound. That's the beauty of this job. Like, you could take a small sound and use it a bajillion different ways. That's some bajillion different beats, you know, like that's why like that's why they, you know, when they talk about Timbaland as a producer, they say he's a super producer, because like, bro, like he takes sounds and just, you never would think, you know what I'm saying? And that's at least one of the producers that I try to look to, at least when it comes to being open creatively, because I used to be against using samples until I discovered this, and I was like, nah, like you're just only limiting yourself. You don't know your potential until you could really, like, you know, go outside the creative box, make crazy hits, you know, like.
Yeah. All right. So. We have our two soups here. We have our crostinis that just came out of the oven. Okay. No, she can't do that. That would have been nice. All right. So we got them nice and toasted. Even these nice little burnt ones, as you can see, they're not burnt, but they're nice and toasted on the top. So depends on your level of flavor. But I'm gonna go for about this one right here. You can see it. And how you want to start, how I start traditionally is I like sliced cheese on this one because it can cause like this nice little covering here. And so we're going to start there, and I'm going to do about 2 slices on here. Just make kind of like a covering. Every little bit. And I believe that it was sorry, I forgot what I was saying there, but all right, we're gonna take crostini. I like a lot of bread, but as you can see, this bread might be just a little bit too thick. But we also have croutons here. So you can kind of play with it. You can use both or not. I'm gonna sprinkle some on here just because I like to get a little bite every now and then and not have to break the bread through. And then I'll also add these.
I'm using what equipment I'm using. I'm using FL Studio for the digital audio workstation, which is in short DAW. And
Yeah.
I'm using the Akai MPK Mini. I hardly use it. I use it mostly for those little extra notes. I usually mostly for if I'm doing like little beat videos for content in Joint, because that's usually how people usually chop right here. Like people chop their, like when they chop their melodies up, and they, you know, they use that and like usually use a drum loop and stuff. But honestly, I just wanted to make a beat from scratch or show y'all the possibility of one sample sounding like one thing and you taking little pieces of it and stretching. Honestly, I had to stretch out the pitch or like stretch out the timing on the actual sound for it to go at this specific, you know, to turn it into a melody. But that will at least show you like the potential that a song, like that songs could never exist if you was just like, oh no, I don't use samples. Like, bro, like I've had people send me samples of something that you don't like. Like you'd be like, oh no, I can't do this. Like this sounds god awful would be the word. But bro, like honestly, you never know when you pitch it down or if you pitch it up and all that. Like the possibility, you have to be willing to experiment. That's actually how a lot of hit songs were made, were experiments. I'm just missing, the only thing that's missing is the 808, but I like to leave that last because I have a bad habit of adding extra like 808s where they might not be necessary. So what I had started doing is going off of the entire song and then just trying, you know, like to play some in little areas, you know, so it's not too much like bah, 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 bah. Because that, I mean, that there's a specific genre for that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think that's what the vibe is over here. I haven't even mixed this yet, by the way. Honestly, I might be running behind. I'm not usually sure. Let's do it with dreams. so I'm gonna need to like what type beat this would be. Like,
you said what?
I said the only question now is just like who you hear on this, like who you hear rapping on this or singing on this.
Yeah, that's very true.
If I was to have any advice or tips for aspiring producers, know your shortcuts. Like honestly, take the time, read the manual, bro. Like honestly, like I know that sounds so basic, like, but you won't believe how much time you spend trying to find stuff when you could just make it so much easier, like being organized, putting all your kicks one area that are for trap, your kicks for another joint somewhere else, and your hi-hats, all your hi-hats for different genres. Like make sure you have everything on point, because that's literally why the productivity levels of some producers are higher than others, to be honest. And the whole thing about them saying why you want to make a beat every day or why you want to do this every day is because you do get better. Like honestly, I can hear beats that I made like months ago and I'm like, oh, you know, and then beats that I'm making now and I just see the level up constantly happening. But that's because literally every day I could be tired or some joint, it don't matter. Like you gotta get on that, on whatever it is that you do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do it all the time until you, I mean, maybe you might not be trying to be the best, you know what I'm saying? But
Of course.
At least to what your standards or your greatest potential is meant to be. Who you never know, you know, you might be a legend without even knowing it, but you know what I'm saying? You got to work at it every day. Like wasn't it Kobe too does that, or a lot of like people that are like, you know what I'm saying? So I try to look at to people like that, you know what I'm saying, or people that are successful, that have a really good work ethic. Like even too, like people rag on Drake, but I mean I don't see nobody working harder than him. He put out 2 albums recently. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like Lil Baby too. Like people have, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're my favorite artists, but I'm saying their work ethic is, bro, right now in the industry there's a reason why you hear them all the time, because they're constantly putting out music. And that's what underground artists have to do. Underground producers have to do, is like you have to like push your stuff. You know what I mean? Like
so tell me
do
what
it, you know?
brings you from an artist, from just a traditional artist like a rapper, to being a producer,
I'm gonna check them out, Anthony.
Those credits.
Oh yeah. No, once you start getting credits, I mean, also too, know your rights as an aspiring producer. Like you want to be a producer, like there's a dream that like you see or whatever, or like you know what I'm saying? Like a certain, it's your, you know what I'm saying? Or a lifestyle that you think it is because of what you see other people, you know, doing, but you don't see all the work, all the rejection, all the what you call it, all the paperwork, all the reading, bro. Like for you to be able to, you have to, you know, be able to read licenses, know your rights when you buy a sample pack, so you could see if you can make a flip off of that. You buy a sample pack for $7, let's say, right? And then later you take one of them samples, make a beat off of it, and sell it for $2.50. You just made a profit. You know what I'm saying? And like people be like, oh no, people ain't buying beats. Nah, they might not be buying beats from you. They might not be buying sample packs from you, but that's because you're not grinding. You're not asking. You're not looking for the right people. You know what I'm saying? You have to like, music is like one of the, people say it's like one of the hardest things and stuff. But if you honestly just work, like if you just do it, you know, and do it out of love, like that's one thing why I also like, you know, Timbaland, like, cause also too, like, T-Pain too, like, they all say the same thing. Worry about the music, do the music, and then worry about all that other stuff. It'll come later. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause of the love, you know, your intention. Do it the intention of love. Like you could see from your cooking, you love what you do. From the plating, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I want some soup right now. I feel like I was preaching a second. I'm waiting for somebody saying preach up in there for a second, speaking truth. I see you, Mark. I see you, Mark. All right, now the final 808, the perfect 808.
All right, so we're gonna be pulling out the suits pretty soon. I'm just wiping down, so not crazy in here.
Well, you wipe it. You said you're wiping down the what?
How far are we on the beat?
I just need an 808, but I already have the what you call it, which is basically a bass. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes I feel it sounds like I'm speaking Chinese, but.
So I hope everybody's staying warm outside. It's snowing here.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Like, I didn't know it was snowing there. Let's see.
All right. Nice clean table here. So, just to reiterate, we got our nice wine. I highly give it, recommend everyone try it.
Oh, wow, I can't hear it. Simplicity is the key. You heard of overconfident. I just need one more thing. Over here. So a lot of what I be doing over here, like anything that has to be done quick, you gotta know how you're. This is the time in the crunch time where you're what you call it, your shortcuts. That copy and paste moment. I wanted to add some vocals to it because I usually would add some vocals, like honestly to it. And I don't know, maybe I can right now, like the vocal sample on top.
One more time.
I said I feel like I want to add vocal. I already used this vocal sample, but maybe if I use it like lower. Wow. I said I wanted to add a vocal sample to the beat because I already got it. Like, let me just get you this introduction right fast.
All right. So before I go to plating, I'm gonna wait for BLAHZi to come in with the beat because I definitely want everything to drop at the same time. I just want to make note about utilization of products. And a lot of times people will get to the end of their herbs and they will throw them away. But it's just as easy for you to put these just in a pan in the oven. You don't have to turn the oven on. And just let them dry out. And then you can either let them get to a point where they get so dry that you can put them in the Vitamix or a blender of your choice, and then you can make your own herbs to then sprinkle on your food. Or you can use them like I did and then put them in stocks and soups and everything like that. But garlic skins, onion skins, total utilization of products. We don't throw anything away, and if we do, we compost it. So that way we give it back to the earth and the earth gives it back to us.
That's the same thing we do over here. That's what you want to do with sound on some for reals. Because it's not gonna come out of anywhere, you know. Like sometimes it's really hard for you to get inspired, you know, out of thin air. So that's the whole point of like sample packs. And like even when you use the one sample, you don't want to you can use it multiple different times again. That's why you play with pitch. That's why you slice it up. You know what I'm saying? So
right. You were telling me like Timberland takes like a part. He'll take like a part, or
And
you'll do
turn
the
it
same
into
thing, and then just repeat that beat over and over and over, and then build on that.
with the same
Yeah, it's
sound,
the
make
same
5
thing.
different to 10 different beats, you know?
So we are wiping the edges here because we do not present white plates
Mixing it right now.
with finger marks.
That's crazy. Like we literally on the same, like we on the same page. I mean, I wouldn't recommend, you know, people doing it like this fast unless you know like your number meters, roughly, you know what each sound should be at, or what decibel each sound should be at. Don't
Yeah.
do it. Like, what is this? What is this? This is the flute. I'm gonna put that low right here. Rim shot at 20, at 23. I'm coming
All right.
in.
We got
Right.
in here.
Same thing. Let me just put these master plugins right fast. Absolutely gonna take 1, 2.
All right, what's my audience saying here?
Yeah, well, you can see.
So we got a question from Ms. Julie Vanderhoop, who everyone should know. When will we be doing this again? So hopefully we can get her on here to do it. And we can also get a lot of the other chefs that came in today, which I appreciate. Chef Kevin.
For sure. Do like a group
call
joint.
him the.
I appreciate y'all coming through for real too. Like,
Yes, we appreciate everybody
real
coming
support.
through.
Like that's real support.
All the chefs, all the producers that came through, anybody who was just doing, creating with their own hands and out here just trying to do what we do every day, but make a living. But we do Words, Beats, and Lives. They try to showcase a lot of different chefs. So we'll have to talk to them about that. So we are just waiting for the beat to drop.
Oh, my fault. Hold on, I'm saving that joint.
No, you're good. You're good. I like to be ready, you know.
No, I feel
I don't
me
want people
too.
waiting on me, so we're good. The food is the part that shouldn't come late.
No, I was saving it because like I'm gonna put this up on YouTube on Monday or Tuesday, like during this week. You know what I'm saying? So here it goes. Sure. Hey, I see you, Milligan. Yeah, I see you. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. Oh shit. We see you, Janelle. I don't know how he was able to do that with like the technical difficulties, bro, but like
I'm so glad. So I want y'all to know you're listening right now to the French onion soup beat.
French onion, bro. I swear, I promise you, I'm gonna put the title French onion. French onion soup. French onion soup. I gotta put the soup in there.
And then this is your finished product here.
I appreciate that.
Y'all showing love picture here.
Y'all showing mad love for real.
And I do want to shout out Janelle because she helped so much in the background for producing.
Oh yeah,
All of the
she
background
sure did.
people.
She helped us both actually.
All the background people that helped so much helped to get this today.
Big shout out to DJ RBI. Thanks for helping us get this together as well.
Yeah. So BLAHZi, where can they find you?
You said what?
Where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me on IG. You can find me on YouTube. I have a website, blahziworld.com, blahziworld.com. You can find me on Snapchat. You can find me on Twitter. I mean, you can pretty much find me anywhere. Like just hit my line up. We could talk.
You just started a website, right?
Oh yeah. blahziworld.com.
Okay. So
like there you can buy beats, sound kits, like you know what I'm saying. Some of my music too. There, I also have like the lyrics up there. Like you can't find my lyrics nowhere because I don't be giving nobody my lyrics, and sometimes I be freestyling. So I put my lyrics on my website. Also, that's content, you know, to drive people to come over.
I should probably eat it.
You said what?
So same with me. You can find me at Chef Canieka. My website will be going live around either this week or next week. And I'm hoping if anybody's looking for a caterer, private chef, I do this on the island on Martha's Vineyard, but I also travel. My home base is DC, Maryland, Virginia. But New York, Atlanta, I go everywhere. My clients are everywhere. And I try to reach out to them and be available. But definitely find me on IG, Chef Canieka. That's the best way to hit me up. If you're looking, even if you're looking to talk, chat about food. I love doing it.
Elevate them taste buds.
But I want to try this. I'm sorry. I was waiting. I was going to take a picture.
Nah, I want to try it. You got me want to try it.
Y'all know the name.